Hi, my name is Dr. David Weinstein. I am the partner at the Sunrise Wellness Center with Dr. Ronald Sinagra, and I would like to talk to you today about fatigue, chronic fatigue, and adrenal fatigue. Three potentially separate conditions, but ultimately fatigue. If you are suffering from fatigue, the key is to figure out why you're having it. Examples would be the Epstein-Barr virus, associations with fibromyalgia, a hypothyroid condition, vitamin and mineral deficiencies, blood sugar dysregulation, and adrenal fatigue, which we're going to spend a little bit more time talking about. At the Wellness Center, what we have here is a program where we check you neurologically and metabolically. Neurologically, we check your spine. The major area of concern, particularly with fatigue patients, is the upper cervical spine. When we look at the top two bones in the neck, this is where the brainstem enters the spinal cord. Any misalignment in this area here can significantly impair the function of your body. Imagine Christopher Reeve, the Superman actor. He fractured the second bone in his neck and lost all function of his body. So we're always very concerned about that area because it has the most emphasis on our health and our function. Through an x-ray and an examination, we can determine how that area is doing, and through chiropractic we can normally make corrections that can help that area do better. Metabolically, we have to figure out which one of those examples is you if you're suffering from fatigue. Now, how we do that is we take a detailed case history. We have you answer questions about your health, and we try and look at the systems in your body. Your immune system, your digestive system, blood sugar, adrenals, thyroid. Even look at food allergies can sometimes be an issue with patients with fatigue. So if you're having an issue with fatigue, again, the main thing you need to do is figure out why. Now, if you're having chronic fatigue, meaning that it's all the time, you have to realize that there's something not working right. General fatigue sometimes could be as simple as just, poor nutrition, working too hard, but chronic, persistent fatigue generally indicates your body is not functioning at a high level, and you've got to understand why. Now, a lot of patients have adrenal fatigue. The adrenal gland is a gland that produces a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is our fight or flight. In other words, if you saw a car coming your way, suddenly you would get a surge of adrenaline. This is cortisol. It's our fight or flight system. But when cortisol is present in high amounts, under constant stress or blood sugar issues, which causes a lot of cortisol interactions in the body, you can actually fatigue out your adrenal gland. And once you start to get to adrenal fatigue, you can have constant fatigue issues. The other signs of adrenal fatigue is that we normally relate it a lot to sleep issues. So when I see a patient who tells me that they're under a lot of stress and they're having sleep issues and blood sugar issues, if they know that, we're generally going to take a really hard look at your adrenals. And we can look at them through blood work or lab work. Actually, saliva is the better way, through a 24-hour saliva test, testing your cortisol levels. Cortisol is supposed to be high in the morning as you get your day going, and it's supposed to be low at night so we can sleep, where melatonin gets higher and we can sleep. Now, if you're having trouble falling asleep, that might be an indicator that you have too much cortisol. If you're having trouble staying asleep, that's generally a sign that your adrenals are fatiguing, because what happens in the middle of the night is our body's attempt to regulate blood sugar. See, insulin takes sugar out of the blood. Cortisol tells the body to release blood sugar into the body, because we have to have a certain level of blood sugar all the time. Now, if the adrenal gland's fatigued and it can't do its job, what the body does instead is release epinephrine. And that's a stimulant. So in the middle of the night, you wake up, that's a sign that maybe your adrenals are fatiguing. As your adrenals are trying to help with blood sugar, they're producing something that's waking you up. Another sign of adrenal fatigue would be night sweats. Now, this is not the same problem as hot flashes. Hot flashes is normally associated with estrogen. Night sweats or profuse sweating is generally an indicator, again, that your adrenal glands are completely fatigued and they're not functioning normally. Now, if this is what's going on in your body, we really have to understand that and address it. When you have cortisol or adrenal issues, the devastating effect on blood sugar, on gut function, on brain function, and fatigue is incredibly overwhelming to your health. And actually, through nutrition, through diet and supplementation, we can get those adrenals back online. So depending on what type of fatigue you have and how you fill out our paperwork, we can determine where your body's at. Through sending you out for specific lab work, we can figure out what the fatigue is coming from, whether it's just simple mineral or vitamin deficiencies, whether it's something from a virus or immune system, or again related to fibromyalgia, whether it's blood sugar related, or if it's an actual adrenal fatigue. That's something that, again, we can figure it out. It's a little bit more complex and a little bit, I wouldn't call it more difficult, but more time encompassing and more, it takes a lot more expertise to get the adrenals back online. We can help you. So what I'd like you to do, if this resonates well with you, if this sounds like something that you're looking for, is call our office. The consultation is no charge. What we will do during the consultation is try and ascertain what type of problem you're having, what other kind of conditions it may be associated with, and then we can figure out how to go forward, how to help you, which labs we need to see, what x-rays we might need to see of your spine, what kind of case history do we need you to fill out to get as much information as possible so that we can help you get well. So feel free to canvass our website. Please listen to our testimonials. So many of our patients who had fatigue issues, either by themselves or associated with other conditions, have done remarkably well. You can do well, but first we need to see you and see what's going on with you. Thank you.